New shocking details out regarding the case of a missing 7-month-old baby boy by the name of Emmanuel Haro. The sister-in-law to the mother, she speaks. She shared a video on social media, but she deleted it. I was able to obtain the video, and I'm going to share with all of you what she said because she gives a detailed timeline on what happened on that Thursday evening, a little bit before 8 p.m., San Bernardino County, California. Rebecca Haro, the mother of this 7-month-old baby, reported to authorities that she was outside a Big Five sporting goods store and someone approached her as she was changing the diaper of this baby and said, "Hola," and then knocked her out and took the baby. Now, this is the sister-in-law. This is the sister to Jake Haro, who we're going to talk about also in this video, who has an extensive criminal record dealing with children. A former co-worker of Jake speaks out too, and I'm going to share that with all of you. But let me share what she has to say about this case where this boy is still missing. Authorities are not ruling out foul play. The mother is now not cooperating with investigators. They say that she gave inconsistent statements. So let me share what the sister-in-law has to say. Let me share what a former co-worker of the father has to say. Let me share with you what law enforcement has to say, and then we will further discuss. Check it out.
About what's going on. He was abducted last night in front of the Big Five. Now, there are stories going around that some of you have fabricated. And I'm just on here just to tell you guys what transpired. So my sister-in-law and my brother, they were at my older nephew's football practice, and he needed a new mouth guard. So instead of taking everybody, my sister-in-law opted to go, and she only took the baby, which is Emmanuel. And when she got there, she realized the baby had went to the bathroom in his diaper. So, as any mom would, which is crazy because a lot of you women are judging her for even changing a baby's diaper in the car, which is mind-boggling, because if there's no bathroom, you're gonna do what you have to do to take care of your child one way or another. She's a great mother, so everything you guys are saying about her, first of all, you don't know her, and show some compassion. Like, she just had her son taken from her. And also, back to what I was saying, so she realized that he went to the bathroom on himself. Of course, he's a baby. And she laid him down in the back. Her back was turned. She was about to change him. She was getting everything prepared. And she felt like a tap on her shoulder. She turned around and all she heard was "Hola." And before she could even see this person, acknowledge this person, whatever the case may be, he socked her in the face, and she ended up blacking out. He knocked her out, and she fell to the floor. And next thing you know, as she came to, she woke up. She was looking around for the baby. The baby was gone. She started panicking, screaming, crying. She called the police. She ran into Big Five to see if they had cameras outside or if anybody had witnessed anything, and nobody apparently didn't see anything. And then there's no cameras outside. We're so baffled because how are there no cameras outside? Like, in cases like this, like, what are people supposed to do? Sorry. So after that, my brother told me that he had realized that his wife wasn't back, because by that time it was already 8 o'clock and she had left around 7. And he said that he ended up calling her, and she picked up the phone and she was hysterical and he couldn't even understand her. So the police had took the phone from her and told my brother what had transpired. And he had his ex-wife there, because, you know, they had a son together. And his ex-wife and her boyfriend ended up driving my brother to Big 5. And ever since then, we've been looking for Emmanuel. We've been giving out flyers. People came out, prayed for us, prayed for Emmanuel. It's been a very hard time for our family. I haven't slept. My brother hasn't slept. We just want him back. And there is a lot of discussion on whether my nephew is special needs. He is late in development, but as far as we know, the doctors say that he's in great health. He's fine. He just has a lazy eye, and that made him more beautiful than anybody I knew, because I loved him so much. It didn't matter what he looked like. And I know he's gonna come back to us, and with your continued prayers and your you uplifting us, I know he'll come back. And whoever took him here, I can't even say what you are on this app, but just give him back. He needs his family.
And here's a statement someone posted on Facebook. Used to work with Jake at Walmart. He should be the prime suspect in all this. I'm not going to go into detail, but his previous relationship didn't end so well. He's crazy, and he beat one of his kids so bad it caused severe brain damage. The child was not the same. Let's just be real here. Jake should be the number one suspect. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office, who is investigating the disappearance of this 7-month boy, put out a statement, and it says, the search for baby Emmanuel Haro continues. Investigators cannot rule out foul play. Goes on to say. All right, summary. On Thursday, August 14th, 2025, at approximately 7:47 p.m., deputies in Yucaipa were dispatched to a retail business after Rebecca Haro reported that while she stood outside her vehicle changing her child's diaper, she was physically assaulted by an unknown male and rendered unconscious. So a male. When she woke, her 7-month-old infant, Emmanuel Haro, was gone. Deputies and K-9 units from San Bernardino and Riverside counties responded and began an extensive search. Emmanuel was not located. Based on the circumstances, Sheriff's Specialized Investigations Division responded and assisted with the investigation. Investigators interviewed multiple individuals, including Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the interview. At this point in the investigations, investigators are unable to rule out foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. Investigators will continue their investigation to locate Emmanuel Haro. Now, notice the time there. They said 7:47 they were dispatched. Now, you heard from the family member that we played earlier. She said that Rebecca left at about 7 p.m. to go. So 47 minutes there, 47 minutes before the call, and that place was literally from the football field that she was at about a mile to the store. So, the sporting goods store. So, I don't know, man. The time here is not vibing either. The time's not vibing. She arrived there, went immediately to start, doing, changing the baby's diaper, and alleged she got knocked out and everything like that, and woke up and things. She went in. You would think that would have happened like 20 minutes or so sooner than that, not 47 minutes from the time she went there. So, that's an inconsistency that I see. Let me know what you think.
I fell on the floor, and I said as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I got him out of the car seat, and I laid him down so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember. And I saw white. And a hearing sound, I fell on the floor, and I said as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked around my truck, and I ran into Big 5, and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no. It was a happy boy.
Whoever took our son, please give him back.
Whoa, lot of details there. What do you think? I'm wondering why she deleted the post. Interesting. But we're keeping tabs on what's being said. As you saw the mom and the dad speak, I played that again in this video. We played that on our last live discussing this case in detail. Go check it out, please, because it shows the area and a lot of people in our live chiming in, giving input, people that live in the area. But one thing I find interesting is not a shed of tear from the mom and dad. It sounded like fake crocodile tears. Sounds like they were lying. I just didn't believe them. And I don't even believe that this black eye that you see on the mother was done on the Thursday. It's been now 2 days now since this little boy been missing. Where is this little boy? I'm also hearing stuff about the sister, actually the mother, her own side of the family. Apparently one of her family members is in jail for murder, prison. Whoa, we'll talk about that on the next video. But we're covering this case extensively. We hope this little boy is found safe. But I'm not getting a good feeling here. It's not considering what, Jake, his background, his sentence, his dealings with children. It's not looking good here. So I don't know what the authorities are going to do here. Probably digital evidence, forensic evidence, warrants, and that. Maybe separate the parents. Maybe make a deal with one parent and to testify against the other. I think both are clearly involved, and I think the consensus over the internet is that the parents did something with this little boy. What do you think? We're covering this case extensively on JLR Investigates. I'll be back tomorrow with new information. And if anything breaks on this case, you will definitely hear it here on JLR Investigates. Praying for baby Emmanuel. Hopefully he's safe. Hopefully, if he's found safe, never goes into custody of those two individuals. We'll talk soon. See you later. Stay tuned.